Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person, let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. If everybody in the Queen will, I mean, win.
Same question for you.
Your proud father.
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your...
Whenever the names Terence, Bud, Crawford and Gervonta, Tank Davis come up together, you're looking at two of the most dangerous forces in the sport of boxing.
To kind of wrap your brain around that and make...
Oh, Kabayaskis comes forward, and Bud Crawford was hurt.
Now the atmosphere is heating up. Pride is involved, tempers are rising, and the possibility of something explosive is hanging in the air. Still, there's no official agreement for a fight. Not yet. But after what unfolded during that live broadcast, it's safe to say the tension between them has reached a boiling point, and Tank Davis looks ready for war. Crawford burst out laughing. To him, the thought of Tank sharing the ring with him sounded ridiculous, like it belonged in a punchline rather than a real matchup. A lot of people might have missed that moment or brushed it off, but Tank definitely didn't, because when you've built a reputation as one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport, and another world champion treats your name like a joke, it hits differently. That kind of disrespect sticks with you. And for Tank, it wasn't something he was willing to ignore. He took it personally.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shaver was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yeah,
he was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of.
As soon as that clip started circulating, Tank didn't waste a second. He fired back online, and he did it hard. In a post that quickly went viral, Tank called out Bud, saying he's all talk until a real challenger shows up. He didn't hide his anger at all. Gervonta Davis isn't one to post for attention. When he writes like that, it means he's genuinely ready to throw down.
They want the spotlight, they want, like, it's like more so like hate type of vibe, like, you know? They want what you have, like, they want all the attention on them and type shit, but if they was to get it, they wouldn't even know what to do with it type shit. And it's like, I didn't ask for this, it just came with it, like, you know, I'm really, like, people understand me because
Tank fired back, saying, "You laugh like I wouldn't step up and handle business. Let's see if that laugh stays when I'm right across from you." No grin, no sarcasm, pure seriousness. Tank had been making his intentions clear for a while, talking about moving up and taking on anyone at 147, including the biggest names. And as fans started mentioning crime, he only turned up the intensity even more.
47, how does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look? 147? I tapped that trend. You know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know
he ain't got no chance.
I already know he is.
Said no chance.
I got round 5. You got round 6.
Crawford, staying true to his reputation, wasn't about to let that go unanswered. The second Tank's name came up in interviews, he struck back, making it clear that Tank hadn't gone up against anyone anywhere near his caliber.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
Nah, ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
You're not even entertaining the catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And, what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right, I'll welcome.
Then came the now famous Ring Magazine Gala. Tank wasn't even on the guest list, while Crawford was right in the spotlight, enjoying every moment. When reporters brought up Tank's absence, Crawford didn't hold back. That's when the friendly teasing escalated into full-on verbal blows. Crawford carried that personally for a long time. Whenever someone asked, "Would you face Tank?" he acted nonchalant, as if it was no big deal. And why wouldn't he? He's Terence Crawford, the undisputed pound-for-pound champion, a fighter with little left to prove.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow. Oh, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147.
Ooh, see, oh man.
You're gonna have a pre-camp.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
But now, it's no longer about proving a point. This has turned into a mission to humble Gervonta "Tank" Davis. It's personal.
He would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like I really don't like him. That's like,
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah,
but like his core personality.
Let's get this straight. There's still no contract. No fight has been signed. No date, no venue, no official poster. Yet, that seems like the only thing standing in the way. The disrespect was undeniable, the responses were fierce, and fans are already picking their sides. And guess who else is weighing in? Floyd "Money" Mayweather. That's right, Floyd wasn't too pleased with Tank Davis firing back at Crawford.
There was some kind of crazy trash talk with Gervonta and Terence Crawford recently. And one of the things that I've always kind of noticed is most of the time, one of the things that's kind of off limits is families. Like you usually don't.
Yes.
I know
where you're going with this.
Yeah, and so I wanted to kind of understand what your thoughts was about like some of those comments that was made. I think it was about Terrence's wife. What, like, in your mind, where? Because obviously, like, you've been in this sport.
I think Terence Crawford right now in the sport of boxing is the pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now. It's good to see him in the position that he's in. I think he has a beautiful family. I think he has a beautiful wife, a beautiful queen, a black queen, and there's nothing better than a black woman in this world. That's just my opinion. We're all entitled to our opinion. And I think just in the sport of boxing right now, I think we need to start sticking more together.
Now things take a twist, because word is Floyd "Money" Mayweather is reportedly stepping in to train Terence Crawford for his upcoming bouts. That's right, the very same Floyd who once mentored Tank, the same Floyd who helped launch Tank's rise to stardom.
He was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket.
And it's also the same Floyd that Tank has been calling out for months. Now, Floyd is switching sides, aligning with the very guy who laughed in Tank's face. That's wild. But for Tank, it feels like a straight-up betrayal. First, His own mentor joins forces with his rival. Then that rival publicly mocks him on live TV. If you think that won't fire up Tank even more, you clearly don't know him.
How to do that? A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of it.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Ain't no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
But before Tank and Bud can even step into the ring, there's a massive clash that could change everything: Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. That's right, Crawford is moving up significantly in weight to take on Canelo, widely regarded as one of the most dangerous active fighters on the planet. And let's be honest, that's an incredibly gutsy move.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like yes, man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Magno.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stone. It's about
Canelo isn't only about raw power. He's a master technician, a true ring general, and he's been competing at these higher weights for years. When smaller fighters step up to face opponents this size, the outcome is usually the same. They get dominated.
I can't go down anymore. But you know, like he say, you know, when they ask him for the Gervonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then, you know, he need to enjoy his fight. Okay, he deserves it. He deserves it. I like Spence, but you know, I like Spence and all the respect for him and everything. But I knew. I think is the type of fight Terence Crawford is different. 168.
And if Crawford gets soundly beaten by Canelo, that would completely kill the hype for Tank versus Bud. No one's excited to see a fighter who just got flattened drop back down and pretend to be a threat. The aura disappears, the tension fizzles, and the buzz dies. So, in a way, Bud could risk losing the edge before the fight even starts.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence
Now, let's imagine Crawford gets through Canelo and the Tank fight finally becomes real. What unfolds in the ring? It would be a high-stakes chess match like no other. Tank Davis is one of the most explosive punchers in boxing today, slick, tight, and deadly precise. If he connects, it could be lights out.
Before I go see Tank, I gotta get shots in my hands. I gotta make sure my hands is right, because I don't dumb him down with punches. I let him do it. You know what I'm saying? And he gets to go, you all right? Yeah. Nigga, work. I just feel sorry for them guys that really push the button. Martin pushed the button.
Terence Crawford, on the other hand, is a completely different breed. A switch hitter with elite fight IQ, he's surgical with his timing and movement. He wears opponents down mentally long before delivering the knockout physically.
Terence Crawford, Gervonta, Tank Davis. Now you felt their punches. Who gets harder to you?
Like when I sparred Terence Crawford, so I was 20 years old at the time. So it's like he was trying to man me, like, I'm gonna show you a little boy type stuff. But like what you just said, so I'm mature for my age. So, you know, so that's why we evened out.
The weight gap can't be ignored. Tank would be moving up from lightweight to 147, possibly even more depending on where Crawford sits after facing Canelo. Crawford would naturally be the bigger fighter, longer reach, more experience at higher weights. And let's not forget, he stopped Errol Spence like it was barely a challenge.
Like, how are they not? You know, I don't know what it is with me. They just always try to diminish my accomplishments and, oh, well, who I was fighting. They say, oh, well, you wasn't fighting nobody. And this guy, Errol Spence, is the most fundamentally sound fighter in the game. So that's why everybody was picking him. But I was favorite in Vegas, so Vegas must have had it.
But Tank? He shines in the heat of battle. He's got heart, toughness, and a chin that's yet to be broken. If he can bring that power up to welterweight, he becomes a nightmare for anyone in the ring. That said, let's be honest, Tank hasn't looked quite like the same unstoppable force recently, and much of that conversation started after his last bout against Lamont Roach. On paper, Tank walked away with the win, but if you actually watch the fight, the story looks different. Lamont Roach gave him more trouble than most expected.
Explode with the left. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaned with that. He took a knee.
That's it for today's breakdown. If you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss our next uploads. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, we want to hear from you. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.